Best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pump, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Center.
NBA playoffs tonight. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals as the Pacers steal Game 1 in Madison Square Garden in overtime. Knicks looking to even things up before they head to Indy. Tip-off for tonight's game is set for 7. You can catch it right here on San Antonio Sports Star starting at 6:30. Well, last night, the Thunder took a 2-0 lead with a 118-103 win over the T-Wolves. They'll play again tomorrow night, Game 3 in Minnesota, right here at 7.
This is Extra Innings with Pledger.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me, no matter how you may be joining me, whether that's 104 on your FM dial, 94.1 on your FM dial. If you happen to be locked in listening online at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching on YouTube, that's right. We stream all of our shows live on YouTube, whether that is The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob from 6 to 10, The Blitz, which is live from 2 to 6 with Jason and Joe, or right here on Extra Innings with Pledger from 6 to 7. Tonight, only till 6:30, though, as we got NBA playoff action for you. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Knicks and the Pacers after the Pacers stole Game 1. Try hard not to go down to 0-2 in a best-of-7 series, dropping both your games at home. That's always going to be an important thing to do. But it's also very tough to go home down 0-2, which is exactly what happened last night to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who once again got run out by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And, man, I'll tell you what. It's hard to bet against OKC right now, whether it's to get to the NBA Finals or potentially to win it. They feel like the favorites right now. The Morning Huddle was talking about that game earlier this morning with AJ and Rob.
RIP to the Timberwolves. Beat it. You're dead.
That's
buried.
not the rumors of
dirt. Dirt
demise.
is all. I mean, they're covered in dirt.
Well, the axioms are true because they're basically true. Playoffs don't start until a home team loses.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying.
It's over, Johnny.
I think we can say, and I think I don't think anybody's attitude has changed. I think OKC was favored, but don't just pile dirt on them yet. They haven't gotten home. And I even heard Richard Jefferson say it. I've never seen a crowd have so much input on a team, a professional basketball team, more than Oklahoma City.
They have built something there where their fans are weaponized.
That's the best term I've put. They are weapons. That is a weaponized fan base.
It's like a college basketball environment.
Yeah, I've never seen, and I'd like to think San Antonio in its heyday. No, nothing like that.
It's like Duke or so. I mean, it's weird almost how like
cultish.
Yeah. It's like Bill's Mafia.
Seriously. And think about the comparisons. I mean, Oklahoma City and Buffalo kind of backwaters. So what else you got? And they are all the freak in.
They are, man. The Thunder fan is they're like hockey fans. They're like, if there was glass, they'd be pounding on it. Like, you know what I mean? It's they are hardcore,
so
and
it matters.
But you know what? You could play it on the moon. And these teams are just on completely different levels.
I was trying to find a comparison in the boxing world to what OKC is, because they don't really have a knockout blow, but they just beat you with 1,000 jabs, or it just keeps coming, man. It's one of those TKO knockouts where the fighter just can't continue. You never really knocked him out, but you just beat him senseless.
Yeah, they stopped the fight, and his opponent's still standing.
Yeah, but he's not awake. OKC, it's just and they just keep coming. It is a relentless style that, man, you have to play your best for 39 minutes. You only get about a minute break, and it better not be late.
Yeah, listen, the Thunder could not make a shot in the first half. You couldn't buy a shot in the first half. They were like 3 of 18 or something shooting the ball from 3 in the first half, and come halftime they had an 8-point lead.
Well,
it's like, what can you do?
The ultimate humiliation when you're playing a team, especially as an NBA team, and your opponent goes into a zone. That's a middle finger to you.
Yeah.
That is, you know what? You can't shoot. We're going to stand here and watch you. And Minnesota decided, and it was working. We're just going to stand here and watch you shoot. They went into a zone. It worked, and they still couldn't pick up points.
Matter.
It didn't matter.
Did not matter. And they are just you have to expect this when you play Oklahoma City. There is going to be a portion of the game where it's going to be about a 5-minute span, and you're going to score 2 points.
And I missed it. I went out to walk my dog. It was about 3 minutes into the third.
And it's just like, that
was it.
Your offense just breaks, because does OKC have a bad defender on their team that gets minutes?
No, that's how they build their team, is that the guys that play because they play defense first. That's
all of these guys are like all NBA defensive caliber players.
2 dudes that are first or second team all NBA caliber.
I would say
Dort
and Williams,
and then Chet's blocking shots,
and Caruso off the bench. These are all like
ridiculous defense, and that's what feeds those. That Pat Green wave on wave. It just never really stops, and you can tell the demeanor. The team is tired. Julius Randle wasn't tired at the end of the game, but the team is tired.
He got the fourth quarter off
to sit and watch. But look at Chris Finch. The pressure that they supply and the brain power required to react to getting your guys in the right space and the right place and all this, and you never get a chance to take a breath until you burn a timeout. And it just wears on you. It is a truly. There hasn't been a team like Oklahoma City played this kind of defense and still have the offense to kind of back it up in 20 years. I mean, this is better than the Spurs at their best defensively. Now, offensively, they're challenged. We got to be honest about it. But defensively, my gosh, they start with a 7-4 dude, and they end with 3 guards that could be all NBA guards. That's how that defense works, and everything in between. It's crazy.
It works perfectly. And you know what? It's funny because last year we were saying kind of the same thing about Minnesota. Like, their worst defender that they rolled out of their starting 5 was Karl Anthony Towns, who is like a pretty good defender. They don't feel like a great defensive team anymore.
They're a rudderless boat.
They don't. You're right. There's just no direction to them. And a lot of it feels like OKC is doing it to them.
I think I'm not going to take anything away from OKC. Absolutely, because they've exposed a problem that the Lakers couldn't. They've exposed problems that other teams couldn't, and it is that this team doesn't have guidance from the point guard place. Mike Conley is a non-factor. He doesn't matter.
Yeah. And that was part of the problem last year. Their best defensive player was their worst defensive player when Minnesota got beaten, Rudy Gobert, because Luka exposed him in screen and roll situations. Now, there aren't bad defenders, and he mentioned the best ones, but even the guys they brought in, Alex Caruso is a phenomenal defender that they made sure to bring in, and 3-point shooter, and Isaiah Hartenstein, also a defender who played for Tibbs the previous year and got massive minutes because of it. He is a guy that fits in. When they lock in on defense, it becomes so difficult to score on them. And when you do, it's just because you are in the zone offensively and you are hitting everything that you look at. because when they lock in defensively, they make it very difficult on you. And look, they've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Even Chet's a great defender. He's not Wemby, but if it wasn't for Wemby, we'd be talking about him in a similar way in terms of just his ability to play help defense from across the floor. And it's very, very impressive that they're all on the same page. And then look, you've got an MVP that scores over 30 a game and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and you surround him with shooters, whether it's Dort or Caruso. Chet spaces the floor. And then you've got your, pick and roll, just garbage guy at the bucket with Hartenstein. They have their dude. They surrounded their dude with shooters, and they all play defense. Sounds like something the Spurs need to do this upcoming offseason. That's what I'm talking about. That's seems to be the way to build a team right now, and it's probably more effective than trying to get a whole bunch of max guys by having depth to where when one guy gets in foul trouble, maybe the rest of the guys can elevate the rest of the team. Kind of the way the Spurs used to do back in the day when they could put their bench in and go on a run against you to really widen the gap. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, SASportsStar.com. If you noticed, there wasn't a show yesterday. I got to do something pretty cool. We'll discuss coming up next right here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
You guys are just some funny fools, man.
You can't drink all day if you don't start first thing in the morning.
Good job, right. Sound like y'all are drinking like it's happy hour. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's ironic. And Daryl, if you have a weakness for the sauce.
It sounds like Uncle Tito showed up a little early there.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice in an instant. A careless driver turns your life upside down. You're hurt. The bills pile up and work stops. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, your consultation is free. No fees, no pressure, just real help. Justice starts with one call. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
If you're looking to up your beer game, Karbach has you covered. From Hopadillo to Crawford Bach to Ziegenbach to their best seller, the Love Street, there's something for everybody in the lineup, and you can find it anywhere. Next time you're out and about, ask your bartender to make it a Karbach.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and do it. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body?
Huh?
That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
At Lowe's, our members get more. With the MyLowe's Rewards programs, you can shop member-only deals for your home and business every week. Plus, members earn points on eligible purchases. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply.
During National Military Appreciation Month, we at University of Maryland Global Campus say thank you to the service members, veterans, and families who dedicate their lives to our country. We are deeply grateful. For over 75 years, UMGC has proudly served the military community, from installations overseas to the communities you call home. Wherever you serve, we stand with you. Learn more at umgc.edu/thanks. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Last segment before the weekend. I appreciate all y'all for riding through with me today. Tex-Mex Biomex asking on our YouTube live chat if I'm still at the Line and Rose. I'm not there. I don't know if the guys are still there or not, sticking around having a drink or two, but I'm not there today. So we shall see. Unfortunately, I still have things to do. I don't get to, just go out and have a whole bunch of fun like everybody else. Maybe one of these days they'll put me live out on location somewhere. But you may have noticed I didn't have a show yesterday. That was by design. I took the day off. I know, rare day off for me. Edwin would produce the Blitz for me. I got the opportunity to go and play at Cordero Ranch. And for those of y'all that know or don't know, Cordero Ranch is a very, very, very exclusive golf club. Like, you, A, have to know a member to get in, and B, they have to there's a gate. They ain't going to let you in unless you're on a list. And so it is super exclusive to get into. And I had the great benefit of one of my friends. He was in town from Houston. He didn't come up a whole lot, but happened to be up there in the middle of the week. A lot of times I don't get to see him because of that. When he does come to town, I have to go to Houston to see him. Well, his dad lives there and is a member there, and they had a open spot available. They invited me to come out. I got 1 day notice. I wasn't expecting to get the day off. I asked, they gave it to me, and I got to go. And this is the second time I've gotten to do this there. The course is pristine. It is a Nicklaus design, and you can tell there are a lot of shots with high fades or cuts that you have to play. It is a very Nicklaus-oriented course in that design, but just strikingly beautiful. Split fairways on a par 5 on the front side. Distance to it. Greens were just spectacular. Brutal. Some of the pin placements were brutal yesterday. Deep bunkers. And lots of elevation changes, especially even in the fairway. Like, you're playing balls above your feet sometimes, pins higher, lower. So a lot of distances aren't quite what they seem because of that. But man, I appreciate everyone out at Cordero Ranch. Had somebody call to ask my opinion on being out there. That was pretty cool. I heard my name yelled while I was in the locker room after the men's locker room. They have this like bar area that's attached to the locker rooms and everything else in there. And I heard my name. It was like Pledger. And I turn around. It's a dude that I used to work with back out at River Crossing back in the day when I was doing radio in New Braunfels still. So just really cool to be out there, see AK, talk to Lamar today. Phenomenal course, phenomenal range, phenomenal setup, and just great customer service like you'd expect from a place that is that exclusive. And I'll tell you, if y'all ever would ever get the opportunity, don't pass on it. I don't care how good or bad a golfer you are. It is insanely beautiful. It is a wonderful experience. And just to kind of hang around that area and just sit down after the fact and kind of talk in the locker room and stuff like that. Absolutely worth it. I'm blessed to have been able to do something like that because there are just certain courses that take your beauty. The beauty takes it away. Like I love going out to the Golf Club of Texas, and every time I go out, the course looks that much better. Every time I go out, Bo has really just made an effort into improving it. And I was talking about this with Joe last week. Like the greens are rolling probably as true as any course in San Antonio that I can remember outside of like Cordillera Ranch now, but just rolling extremely true and well and same speed from green to green. And now the zero scaping that they're doing, I mean, how colorful the course is. It is the new food truck that they have there between 8, 13 and 17. It's top notch. And now they're offering this thing. I didn't know it was a thing until I went to Cordillera Ranch, where they're doing this thing on 18, where they give you this like towel infused with lavender or something. And it's a cold towel and you put it on your face and it just smells wonderful. And then you throw it around your neck. And after a long hot day in the sun, it's super refreshing. Well, they have those at Golf Club of Texas now. I just didn't know that was a thing. He calls them mango towels, and they're at the turn on 10. You open it up and just incredible, like refreshing. And you're coming off the front, going to the back. It kind of reinvigorates you to an extent. And very, very cool thing that they're doing out at Golf Club of Texas with Bo and the staff there. And I'll tell you, after going to Cordillera Ranch, you appreciate what Golf Club of Texas is doing out there now and how much they're trying to make this one of the better courses in San Antonio with all the improvements they're doing to it. And then, of course, you've got the places like the 10 Cup Bar to go after your round. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a Memorial weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. Set up your tee times, get out there, have some fun. I saw yesterday in the chat, somebody was asking, hey, how do you get into golf? You just start hitting balls. Find your swing. My swing's not like somebody else's swing. Scotty Scheffler, no pro would ever ask someone to move their feet that much, especially at impact. Jim Furyk's little up, out, inside, whatever swing that he used to do. Find your swing. Perfect your swing. Get to impact the way you get to impact, but it just takes repetition. And sometimes that's all it takes. I hope everyone has an incredibly safe and fun Memorial weekend. Remember the reason we do have this 3-day weekend. We too will have a 3-day weekend this weekend. So there will be no shows Monday, whether that's the morning huddle, the blitz, or extra innings with Pledger. We'll have baseball for you. Rangers are playing a day game that day. So every time, you're out celebrating, have some fun. Remember why we're celebrating. Remember those that we've lost that have given everything for this country. And I want all of y'all to have a safe and happy Memorial weekend, whether that's on the river, the lake, by the pool, whatever it may be. I hope y'all have a great weekend. And Call your loved ones. Let them know you're thinking about them, because you never know what people are going through in life. And we will see you on Tuesday right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com. When we come back, we'll have game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
94.1.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away